Stop everything. What I'm about to tell you could shake the NFL to its core. A seismic shockwave so powerful, it could redefine the upcoming offseason and propel a franchise into a new era of dominance. I'm talking about a secret so explosive, so confidential, that only a handful of insiders even know it's happening right now. An elite player, a superstar, one of the best in the league, and his future is hanging in the balance, poised to change everything we thought we knew about NFL powerhouses. Sources just confirmed to me that the front offices of one of the most historic franchises in football are burning the midnight oil, scrambling behind the scenes like never before. Phones ringing non-stop, encrypted calls exchanged in hushed tones, private jets taking off with confidential targets on board. The chaos is real, and the stakes are astronomical. What is happening right now? Who is the player at the center of this storm? Why are teams willing to pull off what could be the biggest trade of the decade? The truth is, this is bigger than any player movement we've seen in years. A strategic masterstroke, a deal so bold that it threatens to shift the entire landscape of the NFL. My sources just confirmed something huge, and I'm here to tell you, you need to listen closely. Because what's unfolding behind closed doors is not just another off-season rumor, it's a game changer. But I can't say the name just yet. No, that part's still under wraps. Instead, I want you to imagine the chaos, the strategy, the high-stakes chess match happening right now. And then, I'll blow the lid off what could be the most shocking deal the NFL has seen in ages. Now I know what you're thinking. Who could it be? Which face is about to be etched into the headlines forever? A legendary quarterback, a rising superstar, or someone we least expect? Stay with me, because in just a moment, I'll take you deep behind the scenes where the secrets are being kept so tight. You'd need a surgical-grade crowbar just to pry them loose. But first, let's set the stage, because the chaos in Detroit, the desperation in Buffalo, the mounting pressure from rival teams, all point to one thing. Something monumental is happening, and the clock is ticking. The Detroit Lions, a franchise that's been chasing greatness for decades, have been quietly but aggressively reshaping their entire football identity over the past few seasons. Since Dan Campbell took over in 2021, this team has been on the rise, playing with a grit, a ferocity that's impossible to ignore. Remember 2024. A 15-2 record, the best in the NFC, a journey to the NFC Championship game, a team that looked destined to finally break through the glass ceiling. But then something changed. They missed the playoffs in 2025, a disappointing, eye-opening setback. The offense, once explosive, has stalled at times, and the defense, despite flashes of brilliance, struggled in clutch moments. The front office, led by GM Brad Holmes, has been working tirelessly behind the scenes, trying to find that missing piece, that star who could elevate everything to a new level. What are they missing? That's simple, a game-changing quarterback. An elite, proven winner who can elevate the entire roster. A player with both arm strength and mobility. Someone who can make plays out of nothing and lead with supreme confidence. They've got a roster loaded with talented young stars at receiver like Amon-Ra St. Brown, and a rising defense anchored by Aiden Hutchinson. But their quarterback situation? That's where the gaps lie. Jared Goff is solid, but he's not the difference maker they need for a Super Bowl push. Maybe they've been scouting, negotiating, making calls into the dark corners of the league, perhaps even contemplating a move that would turn the entire NFL upside down. And then, they found HIM. Yes, I'm about to drop the biggest bombshell of the offseason, the name that could send shockwaves through every NFL front office, every agent, every fan base. I'm talking about Josh Allen. That's right, the Buffalo Bills franchise quarterback. The MVP candidate, one of the most electrifying dual-threat quarterbacks in NFL history, is in the midst of what could be the deal of the century. And trust me when I say this is not just a rumor. This is the kind of story that insiders have been whispering about for weeks, a clandestine negotiation so intricate, so high stakes, that it could define the next decade of NFL history. Let's get into the specifics. Josh Allen, a 29-year-old quarterback, born May 21, 1996, from Wyoming, has been the linchpin of the Bills' resurgence since he was drafted 7th overall in 2018. In 2024, he balled out with a 43.06-yard season, 29 touchdowns, just 18 interceptions, and a QB rating of 92.2, all while leading the Bills to their best record in years and securing his fourth Pro Bowl selection. Statistically, he's a beast, full of arm strength that defies physics, mobility that keeps defenses on their toes, and a fiery leadership style that's unmatched. His career accolades: an NFL MVP in 2024, the first Bills player to claim that honor. 2 AFC championship appearances, multiple playoff wins, and a reputation as a clutch performer. He's been voted second-team All-Pro twice, and his highlight reel, it's littered with jaw-dropping throws, escape acts, and postseason heroics. Remember that 52-yard rushing touchdown against the Chiefs in the playoffs. That's Josh Allen in his prime, unpredictable, unstoppable, and clutch as hell. But here's the kicker. His contract is up after 2026, and the market value? Insane. As of now, he's worth an AAV, average annual value, in the neighborhood of $50 million plus, a figure that makes him one of the highest-paid quarterbacks in NFL history. The Bills have made it clear they're eager to keep him, but the landscape is shifting. Rumors of a potential extension have been swirling, but if Detroit or another suitor swoop in with an unprecedented offer, things could change overnight. And why is Josh Allen perfect for Detroit? Because they need someone who can elevate their offense immediately. Their weapons, talented but inconsistent. Their offensive line, solid but not elite yet. Allen's dual-threat ability would transform their game plan, forcing defenses to respect both the pass and the run, and giving Detroit the franchise quarterback they've desperately pursued for decades. Imagine Allen in Detroit's system, an offense that could rival the best in the NFL, led by his arm, his legs, his unyielding competitive fire. His stats. Projected next season, with a better supporting cast, he could hit 4,600 yards passing, 33 touchdowns, and rush for an additional 700 yards and 8 rushing TDs. Distance from Buffalo will be unprecedented. The GM of Detroit. A genius working in the shadows, orchestrating this entire operation with surgical precision. Brad Holmes has built a reputation for making shrewd deals, but this one, it's next level. He's sitting on a dossier with projected contracts, salary cap maneuvers, and even performance bonuses so insane they sound like they're from a Hollywood movie. Imagine incentives that could pay Allen up to $10 million extra for playoff wins, MVP honors, or Super Bowl victories. It's a gamble, yes, but one that could catapult the Lions into genuine Super Bowl contention. Rival teams, they're trying to block it at every turn. Rumors are swirling that the Jets, the Ravens, and even the Bears are in the mix, making secret calls to Buffalo, trying to persuade them to hold on to Allen or seek lesser trades. But here's the truth. Allen's camp, his agents, his inner circle are leaning toward Detroit. The allure, a proven winning environment, a talented roster, and the chance to finally silence critics who have doubted his ability to carry a team deep into February. And the money, it's staggering. The deal could involve multiple first-round picks, a player or two for immediate help, and a hefty contract extension. Possibly a 7-year deal worth over $350 million, with clauses that could turn Allen into a $150 million guaranteed player. The logistics. Complex, yes, but in negotiations like these, complexity is just an obstacle for the truly committed. Now, let's analyze how this would reshape everything scheme-wise. Josh Allen's presence would give Detroit an offensive revolution. His ability to extend plays, make off-schedule throws, and run the ball himself would stretch opponents to their breaking point. Imagine him lining up behind an offensive line anchored by Penei Sewell and Frank Ragnow, with dynamic receivers like Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams stretching defenses vertically. His mobility would open up running lanes for Gibbs and Montgomery, creating a devastating dual-threat attack that no team would want to face. On defense, the Lions would shift focus, knowing they have a quarterback capable of turning a bad play into a major gain, forcing defenses to blitz less and to be more aggressive. Allen's ability to escape pocket pressure would perk up the entire defensive scheme, making life easier for a front seven led by Hutchinson and McNeil. Projected stats. With the Lions, Allen could push for over 4,600 yards passing, 33 touchdowns, and a completion percentage hovering around 68%. His rushing would skyrocket as Detroit's scheme would emphasize his legs, making him a true 1,000-yard rushing quarterback, and adding 8-10 rushing TDs to his total. The what-if scenarios are endless, comparing this blockbuster to past trades. Think about the Rams trading for Matthew Stafford or the Vikings acquiring Herschel Walker. But this, it's bigger, it's more complex. It involves a player still in his prime with MVP credentials whose ceiling is still rising. Not many quarterback trades have involved such a high-caliber player with a potential multi-year extension at stake. And as I wrap up, let me emphasize this. The next 48 hours will be critical. Every phone call, every negotiation, every text message could tip the scales one way or another. The league is watching, the fans are holding their breath, and the entire NFL universe is on the edge of its seat. A player of Allen's magnitude, in the hands of Detroit's brass, could propel the Lions into a new stratosphere of greatness. This isn't just about a trade, it's about rewriting history. It's about building a legacy that echoes through generations. And I promise I will be here on the front lines, ready to bring you every twist, every turn, every explosive detail. Because this, my friends, is the story that will define the NFL offseason. So stay tuned, because what's happening behind those secret closed doors is bigger than you've ever imagined. The question is if this deal goes down, it's when. And believe me, when it does, the world will never be the same again.